And now for something completely different. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to deviate from politics for a little bit. Just this one time. Basically, I want to talk about the rat with wings, commonly known as a seagull. Murderer of cute animals, stealer of food, parasite that shits on roofs and damages property, and its shit even has bacteria that are resistant to antibiotics. Now that was something I didn't know until yesterday. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending upon which side you're on, the seagull is a protected species. Who said I don't blame with you running around? Shut up, you. Fuck it, I'm not that desperate. The only thing you could potentially argue with these seagulls is their chicks are just as cute. But it's like watching a being of pure good turn into a being of absolute evil. So if reincarnation exists, we know what Keir the Traitor Starmer's coming back as. Anyway, these seagulls are known as an absolute parasite to loads of people. They are scavengers. They are actually very aggressive, adventurous little fuckers. Like, it doesn't matter if it's sitting in the middle of the road, in the middle of the path, in your hands. They will even go into shops and steal packets of crisps. That you can find these videos on YouTube. I've seen a particular example where a seagull goes into a Tesco's, grabs a packet of kettle chips, good choice, and then walks out the store. They are literally nature's zero fucks given animal. They'll even hover over your head just to steal your bloody ice cream. Now my humble opinion on these creatures is I fucking hate them with a burning passion. A few days ago, even had the displeasure of have one try to dive bomb me. I only wish I was like that guy who had his prawns in his hand and quickly gave a quick sock to the face of the gulls. Indeed. The ones that were trying to steal his food, of course. I am also conflicted to a degree, because when I look at some of these seagulls getting their comeuppance, whichever way that is, on the one hand, I feel like I shouldn't like it, because it doesn't feel morally right. At the same time, it's a bit like, how do I put this? It's a bit like if you have a feral dog that comes into your house, starts attacking your pets, and you're forced to make the harrowing decision of, is it your dog's life or theirs? It's kind of like that, where you have to do what's necessary to protect your loved pet, but you don't feel good about it. You want to feel bad for taking the life of an animal, but then you think about what it just tried to do, and it kind of feels like you brought this upon yourself. I've even seen footage of them having a go at stealing food from a seal, I believe it was, or was it a sea lion? And as soon as he did that shit, his stroke number one, his free trial of life expired, just like that. Oh, guy's beeping me and I'm fucking walking into the road like I want to have head-on collision with him. That's the trouble with these strokes, they'll kill you. People could have even argued at that point, I'm dying to see my fans. But anyway, that aside, the fact of the matter is, seagulls are a mixed bag. Some people have said they feel for the seagulls. They feel like they should deserve the chance at life. While others feel they are vermin, that they are parasites, that they are pests, and that it's pretty much fair game when they fuck around and find out. I am definitely of that belief myself, as you shouldn't go fucking around with other people or other animals. It's quite surprising, actually, the number of creatures that can actually kill a seagull. Otters, you've got owls, you've got seagulls, you've got, not seagulls, sea lions, you've got, obviously, seals. Otters was a bit of a surprising one for me. Weasels as well. Honestly, it's quite amazing how many animals can take one of those seagulls down. And then, of course, there's their iconic cawing, laughing, whatever you want to call it. It's almost like the arrogant bully, if you will. They want to act like they're king shit of Turd Mountain. They think they're untouchable. until they then make a mistake, and it costs them. Even cats, if they're quick enough and sneaky enough, can bring one of these little fuckers down. Like, believe you me, I don't want to feel like a person who has no sympathy whatsoever. But it's as I said, I find it hard to feel sympathy for an animal that goes out of its way to even go after young rabbits, even dogs. Dogs have actually been killed on the back of seagulls. That's something that I actually had read about. Let me tell you a little story. So, back in the days, about 10 years ago, every now and again I'd sometimes buy one of those magazines. People would often consider them the girly mags, but it was mostly women talking about their life experiences, whether it's they had a loved one murdered, whether it was someone escaping injustice, whether it was someone who survived a harrowing ordeal, someone who overcame somebody who found out that their husband was cheating on them. Like, all sorts. There was all these different mags that I could potentially buy. I only bought a couple specific types. I did buy a few from time to time, and I ended up reading about somebody who, I think it was their Shih Tzu, if I remember correctly. No, I'm not talking about the stuff that comes out the pigeon's ass. Anyway, I'm talking the Shih Tzu, the dog type, that ended up going outside in the back garden of one of these women's homes and basically ended up getting savaged by a flock of seagulls. The dog was an absolute mess by the time all was said and done, and unfortunately the poor animal passed away. But I would often end up buying these magazines just every now and again, just to indulge in what kind of stories goes on out there. So there's a little something else you know about me. But it does happen. People's animals have been killed on the back of these seagulls. And it stands to reason, on the back of that alone, it's very, very hard for some people to feel any amount of sympathy for seagulls because of the amount of damage they do both to animals and to property. Hell, there's a load of shit on the window of my workplace right now, so every time I look to the right, I'm just like, oh god, that shit's still there. A bit like Keir the Traitor Starmer. It's actually quite scary to think, though, that some of these seagulls can harbour bacteria in their own feces that are literally resistant to antibiotics. Like, that kind of shit is scary, because something else that's crossed my mind is, obviously, the more of these antibiotics and drugs that we end up taking, the more resistant some of the microbes and the bacterium and viruses and what have you become to those antibiotics. I mean, I'm sure somebody, hell, even myself, at some point in your life, you're going to end up getting shat on by a seagull. Like, that's just inevitable. I have had that happen before a couple of times. I'm sure loads of other people have had it happen to them as well. It's scary to think that maybe because of them shitting on us, we might be forwarding into an age where fucking antibiotics are going to become less and less effective. I mean, I laugh about it, but I have to see the serious side of it as well. Like, funny how we're being shat on to death or something, and then you think, wait, hang on a minute. If we can't use antibiotics, how are we going to stop some of these horrific diseases that this planet currently has right now? Did I say white now? I mean right now, but you know what I mean. There is one particular video from a film called The Lighthouse, though, that perfectly encompasses, I think, it perfectly encompasses how a lot of us people feel every fucking time one of those sneaky little bastards in the air up there decides, oh, I'm going to nick his chips. I'm going to nick his fish. I'm going to take a packet of crisps from the Tesco store. Because it ends up showing off a character who is supposed to be known for being angry, and it very much symbolizes the absolute anger and rage inside of this one person when he grabs a seagull and he fucking goes mental. Like, I'm talking, he grabs the seagull and he fucking flails it onto whatever surface it is like it's nothing but a rag doll. Like, I'm talking, he's grabbing it and he's going just absolutely wailing on this seagull. It's fucking amazing, because I must admit, it perfectly encapsulates the frustration we feel every fucking time one of those seagulls comes along and steals our food, quite frankly. Of course, Tannoy Tina is on this bus. I'll try to be a bit more considerate for the others, but I will link the video to the lighthouse video in the description below somewhere. You can watch it for yourselves. But in the meantime, are you quite finished? In the meantime, I'm gonna head out. I am going to vent my frustration, not by waylaying on a seagull, as much as I might love to. And let me know what you think about seagulls in the comments, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.